Our story starts with a lady in typical fantasy adventure attire: leather armor, a bow on her back, and a sword at her hip. She stops, looking at something almost unseen in the distance. There is something out there in the enchanted forest. Having taken notice of it, our hero, Werewolf, looks around for a path past the creature that would hide her from view. Unfortunately, while the forest is thick off to the sides, the path she is on is fairly sparse, most likely to give the map clearly defined edges. It looks like this area was designed to force an encounter. She presses forward, crouching low and trying to sneak through the forest past the creature. As she gets closer to the creature, she can better see its many limbs, tentacles, holding up an armored or hooded body. There are two creatures, and they turn to look at her. Having been seen by the strange creatures, she readies her bow and opens fire, slowly walking backwards as she does, kiting them for as long as she can, in order to keep them in a line, one enemy in front of the other, so that she can deal with them one at a time. Having beaten her foes, she looks to see if they dropped anything worthwhile. She doesn't find the best loot, but gold is gold, and she's basically here to farm today anyway. It'll still fetch a price. Having finished with the creatures, she presses further into the forest. She finds a hill in the center, allowing her to see over the forest and into the castle, her destination, and the path that she is going to have to take to get there. Eventually, Werewolf makes it out of the forest and onto the road through the castle gardens. The path goes right up to the castle doors, but along it are numerous guards. She stops to watch and see how good their AI is, and if they have set paths that will allow her to sneak past undetected. The better prepared she is for the boss fight, the better. Unfortunately, the guards do not have any real weaknesses. It seems like this was built to be a combat encounter with no real stealth options. Seeing this, she steels herself for battle. Werewolf doesn't charge in. Instead, she takes advantage of the AI and aggroes a single guard, pulling it away from the others in order to deal with it. And then another, and then another. After grinding through the encounter, Werewolf has managed to get through it without massive damage. Her health is not where she wants it to be, but she did manage to get through the encounter okay. I'd better get good loot for this, she thinks to herself as she starts going through the drop bags. The guards to the Faerie castle have some good drops. Not bad, not bad. This will sell for a good price. Now, to finish the job. The castle is filled with guards patrolling around, but the lone adventurer takes her time to pass them slowly. She has a job, and it's at the top of the tower. Reaching her destination, Werewolf slowly ascends the last few steps, taking in the view. The Fairy King's throne room. It is a large round room, mostly empty, except for the throne itself and the man who sits upon it. So you have come to challenge the kingdom of the Fae. The Fairy King stands up and advances towards the intruder, drawing his sword. This is what she is here for, the sword of the Fairy King. You are done. Werewolf draws herself up as she mounts the last stair, drawing her sword threateningly, and steps up to engage in battle. As her vision goes grey, signaling her character's death, and the respawn timer ticks down on screen, Werewolf sighs and logs out. Our protagonist sighs. He doesn't immediately think to take off his headset, but after he does, he sits staring blankly at his monitors for a few moments. He failed, and he's going to have to do the run again. He looks around and at his hands before standing up and leaving the room, going out into the real world.